Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, it's terrible. Some of my teams who I had a keeper on had Derrick Henry on it. My season, is it blown? I don't know. We'll have to see. But for most of my leagues, did not have Derrick Henry on them, so I wasn't dependent on his 80 points a game in order to defeat my opponents. So we're just lucky. And if you're tuning in, go to this website on your smartphone or on your computer, and you can be tuned in to this little stream we got going. I want to recap a couple things. Of course, right now, what's big is actually this baseball thing. So Atlanta, who had a great, I forgot the guy's name, had a grand slam to open up the game five, and bam, Houston came back. So um, I actually don't even know what the result is. But if you want to be a part of this call, that I got that link right down there for you. You want to join in? All right. So what was it? Atlanta. And this was a couple days ago on Halloween, as a matter of fact. Halloween. What a crazy day for sports on top of Halloween. You know what I mean? Most of us Christians should be playing fantasy sports, but Houston beat Atlanta 5-9. So interesting. Um, so, anyways, I mean, call, join the streamyard.com, and then that little link. I want you to be a part of it. I want you to be on this little session with me because this should be an interactive moment for anybody who's in a league with me. Most people will try to tune in because they're in a league with me and they want to see what the results are for maybe other leagues, but maybe they want to spotlight, maybe they'll beat me. I don't know. Whatever your motivation is for this. So, right down there, man, just go ahead, go to that on your smartphone or your laptop or your desktop. And if you want to join in and do some commentary with me, be happy to have you. I mean, commentary is primarily focused on fantasy sports, but it's also a Christian fantasy sports association. So, God Chaser Sports, once again, been around since 2000, and we have a lot of camaraderie over the years. So, but no topic is uh, off limits as long as we keep it clean, keep it nice. We're not worried about content wise what we're going to talk about, but we want to talk about fantasy sports more than anything else. And Derrick Henry again, the most devastating news for most of us who have had him on our teams. For the last couple of years, I had Derrick Henry on one of my teams, and I've yet to won a championship with him. So, is it really that devastating? We'll see. So, go ahead, tune in. I'm going to start recapping what happened over the weekend, starting with hockey. And this is the God Chasers or GC Sports 2000 sign in. And you're welcome to listen in passively, but you don't have to. So, oh, yeah, question. Is anybody out there listening to Christmas music yet? I'm going to put it in the chat as well. Listening to Christmas music yet? All right. So it's in the chat of all the different places that you're going to review this at. Right now, it's in the God Chaser Sports main page. Right now, we're broadcasting it live, as you can see right there, right here. We're also broadcasting it live on um, Twitter. Twitter has finally done away with Periscope, and now it's integrated as Twitter itself. And then also we're live on Yahoo. Oh no, I'm sorry, YouTube. So you can interact in any way you want on this one. So back to the fantasy. Let's go to fantasy hockey first from last week. And as you can see, I'm doing pretty decent. I'm staying in the race. It's only week 3, so we're not this week 4 now, but we just completed week 3, and I'll just show you briefly. God Chasers Alpha. I'm in 5th place. I serve Jesus' top dudes right now, and that's who I'm going against this week. So, but it's pretty even. I'm 2-1. There's only one team. It's 0-3. And so it's pretty close. The top 5 are all 2-1, so nobody's dominant. Nobody is the dominant team right now. Bravo Hockey. It's a 4-team league. It's kind of last guy. Let's see the Charlie League. I don't have one. I got a Pagulaville, and I'm an undefeated in. An Iron sharpens iron. Christian Hockey. Jesus in the Crease, and a Jesus Freak on Ice. This is the other one I run. And doing pretty good. 3rd place, 3 undefeated teams right now. This guy right here, How Hat-Trick, is pretty good. So is Toronto Blues. They're all points leaders right now. So that's going to be a fun challenge for me this week. So week 4. Anyways, that's our hockey. Go to the basketball real quick. Again, I'm not going to make this a long drawn out thing because we're really not hyped up just yet in the basketball and hockey leagues, but I'm doing pretty good. Got Chasers Alpha. Delta, we got Alpha through Delta. There's 8-team league. Not too good. 0-2, but it looks like I might beat my 0-2 counterpart. But Los Hallelujahs, BLM, Bishop Roberts is in this one. He's always a competitor. I think in one league, though, in football, he's not doing too hot. So let's go to the Bravo League, basketball. Okay, I'm undefeated. Shared with the other, all 5 of us on top. So we're doing pretty decent. And I got and they're all pretty active too. So that's a good thing. So no cheaters that I can tell, but we'll see. So 12-team league, I'm doing pretty decent. Pretty happy. All right. That was Bravo, and this is Charlie. 16 league. Can't count. I'm in 2nd place. All right. So not much to worry about here just yet. Delta. Here we go. All right. So I got 1-1. We're pretty even in this league. And it's me against the world. So we'll see how that works out next week. And there's a Jesus crossover league I created. Basketball, 4 teams. That's going to be a kind of a boring league as well. Let's just hit football because fun Monday Night Football ended last night. Kansas City, right? They beat the Giants. I'm gonna double check. NFL. I mean, I know they did, but let's just look at see how the scores recap. It looked like it's possibility that they weren't going to win at one point, but Giants were 17-14 at one point, and but the kicker was the victor, and maybe that put me over in a couple of my football games. We will see. All right, so here we go. Here's an extensive God Chasers scene as far as I'm concerned, as far as where I'm at. 4 teams out of the 5 God Chasers, I got 3. And then my extensive family, Christian leagues, I only won one of them. So I'm not doing too good against my other leagues that I've been invited to. Not saying I'm super hot in my leagues up here. God Chasers Alpha Football. Let's check it out real quick. I lost, and I went through it already, so you won't see sprinkles or recap. Place, face masks, face plates, whatever. At least I'm not the biggest blowout. So, absolute truth. It was a pretty close one. And let me see who did I have Derrick Henry in that team? Week. Let's see. I don't think so. I don't know who I started. We'll just look at it real quick. It's kind of a slow connection right now. Anyways, no, of course it didn't. So Jefferson was the underperformer, and Sutherland. I should have had James Conner, my confident points, even though he had two touchdowns. It was only 22 yards. Nobody would have thought that James Conner for Arizona would have scored on Green Bay two times in the red zone, probably. But and Melvin Gordon was a big surprise. He had two touchdowns, one catching, one receiving, but he lost a fumble. That was a close game, and Chris Godwin was the king of the receivers pretty much last week. 140 yards and a touchdown. How about that? That was great. That was a great game, even though uh, they lost. Interesting game though. Chris Godwin has been continues to be a great asset on my league, but he is on a bye this week. So get back to overall stats here. So the alpha, absolute truth. All right. And who is the alpha? I'm going against the second ranked team like a thief in the night. And it looks like, let's see, game of the week. I'm going to give it to sixth and fifth place because they're both comparatively competitive. Absolute truth, apostolic preacher, who is Bishop Roberts, number 6 right now. Bishop Roberts, he's the man. You got to watch him. He just might come back. You never know. Okay, so that's the Alpha League. Let's go to Bravo. Should I do Beta? Should I go Greek, or should I do Military Phonetic for these league names? What do you think? Join me now. Jump in the chat if you can. There's a comment. I do have Brian Culshaw. Culshaw, yes. I know he's busy. He's at work. All right, so there you go. See, there's one person at least watching. All right, Brian, thank you. Thank you for joining me. A lot of people will look at this later because 2 o'clock is a tough time, and you're right. I understand it is work time. So there's our comment today. So thanks. Brian is a uh, big beauty, bold, blessed, or whatever in one of the basketball leagues. Plus, he's the water walker in a football league. So we'll see that in a little bit. So, but yeah, these are all brand new extension football leagues that we're playing with right now. So let's go back to the banner. So thank you for that. Um, hey, if you got a break, Brian, go ahead and join us. Why not? All right. So let's just make sure. Okay. Sorry about that. Just a little hiccup. All right, Brian. Thanks for tuning in. So here I am, a loser. I'm in eighth place, and you got Jesus Wept, Mark, Jesus Juice, Nathan, and Rising Sun Cross Barriers, all in the running right now at this point. It's still pretty tight. 8 weeks is not a lot with a 17-week schedule, 14-week really. Actually, so there's only 6 games left for some leagues. We'll see how that works out. Okay, I'm sorry, I just had a little communication from somebody in the acting world. So once again, you got all these God Chaser Sports. This is the group. If you want to join our group, private group, this is the God Chaser Sports page. If you want to just tune in and be get notifications, the Twitter page, the Yahoo. I keep saying Yahoo. The YouTube, and then we also have our main web page, God Chaser Sport, GCSports2000.wordpress.com. So links, little about, and all the links to be a part of it. So all right, back to the football. So yeah, Kansas City's been pretty rough lately. I haven't seen too many people you know hyping up Kansas City lately, like, especially since both the Titans and the Bills beat them. But because Derrick Henry's out, all the buzz around here in Buffalo is that, hey, the Bills might be the AFC elite, but you can't tell with all this Joe Burrow stepping it up lately. So, all right, so there you go, and game of the week for Week Nine's Bravo League. Okay, so that's probably 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Yeah, I would say that would be a good team game. 5 and 3 teams, 2 5 and 3 teams going head to head. That's a great assumption. All right, go to Charlie. All right, and I did pretty good. I am 6-2, so I'm comfortable position right now. All right, and Trinity is one of the teams that beat me. Trinity Shamrock. Competitively, yeah, I'm right there. I mean, points wise, I could do better, but I had a pretty decent week with 120 this week. So, and also got the biggest blowout. So, pretty excited about that. And then we got, all right, not too big of a deal, but you never know who's going to be on their team during that week that's going to show up, show out. Everybody's pretty much active except for Shepard as far as adding and subtracting, people on their teams. But the game of the week for Charlie League, eh, I would say the 4 and 4s, fourth and seventh Arenators and the legendaries. All right, back to Deltas. See how the Deltas are doing. Another 120 points for my team. Pretty excited about that. That was the points of the week, but it wasn't the biggest blowout because somebody really underperformed. Cram's breathtaking team, 1-7, not doing too well, and he's actually usually more competitive in the leagues that he's been in. So interesting that in this league he's not very active. But I'm in the top four, yes. So keep me up there, hopefully. Very competitive league, very interesting competition. So I'm excited. Game of the week. Let's just say 1 versus 5 this time, because this is Ronald's do or die situation. So I'm gonna put it as number one, St. Michael's versus Ronald, and finally Echo. And I won. It was a slim margin, but this league didn't have high scoring except for one team. So, but it keeps me in the top four, so that's a good thing. Here we go. So there you go, Joshua, Ezekiel, John, myself as Yahweh Mafia. Game of the week. 1 versus 4, you think? Yeah, why not? So I'll pick my team now this time for game of the week. And for the rest of fantasy games for the other leagues that are not God Chaser leagues, I lost in this one. And like I said, Cram Champions right there. I think he's the commissioner. He's top of his league, 7-1, tied with the Valley Vikings. And most points was by the Lightning. Biggest blowout. And I don't have to pick game of the week because I don't commission this league, but I'm gonna pick mine as the game of the week. because I got to get out of the basement. Hopefully, in the future, I'll have a better day to do this. But for those that don't know, right now I am currently in college at University at Buffalo. This is my final semester, hopefully. And the whole point of me doing this on a Tuesday afternoon is because number one, I'm home. Hey, I won. Um, I'm home for one. Number two, um, this is really the only time I got. I have my daughter who's autistic. Afternoons are done, usually in evenings too. But some of the evenings and afternoons and all that, I'm studying. I'm really focused on school. So this is kind of like my free time, little broadcast. Give it out to everybody that's watching that cares enough to tune in. And also, if you look at my Facebook, I got 3 subscribers. My YouTube, 3 subscribers right now. So if you can subscribe to it, just kind of give a heads up. Let people know, hey, this is what we're doing. This is where you can watch it. A lot of people review it on YouTube when I post it on one of the groups or whatever. But hopefully, you guys are, you know, also following me on Twitter. So, all right, Holy Ghost League. All right, so I did very well, but I wasn't the top dog for points spread. And it keeps me in the top 6. So, it's a good thing. Keep it blessed. Holy Ghost League for the GC Sports 2000 sign on for Yahoo. I lost. I'm in 6th place still, but at 2 and 6, that's a kind of a weird, you know, 6th place. So to be in the top 4, though, you have to be in order to play in this league, which again I'm not commissioning. So I'm evenly matched on that one. So that's a game of the week. All right, so let's just get out of the God Chaser sign on. I'm going to get to, yeah, actually, I want to spotlight something in football. This is a different sign on, but this is the league. If anybody is into Christian hip hop, and I know Brian is, they have a Christian hip hop kind of like theme, maybe. But the Track Stars, which is a very popular radio podcast, has their own league, and this is my second year in it. I finished 3rd last year. So, and you can see they expanded from 16 to 20 teams. So it's pretty crowded out there. And, but I just go by fudge in this one. And I'm in 4th place, top of my division. Sean Tana's is top of his division, 2nd place. That guy who wins, who I don't know, he's in 3rd place. And Quote, who's one of our buddies in our fantasy leagues, he's in 6th place. We have the same record right now. And then the undefeated 8-0, the nice ones. So anybody's interested, that's just a league that I participate in, that I enjoy and I compete well with. And but the nice ones is the only undefeated team. Sean is 7-1, and that guy wins 6-2. So the 5-3s are, right up there. The good thing is I already beat Salty and I got more points, so I'm gonna maintain it. I'm a division leader. As long as I stay equal with Salty, I'll win the division. So it's not easy, but it's fun. I had pretty good points, and I had the biggest blowout this week. So AJ Brown has been phenomenal for me. I wonder how the dynamic of the Tennessee Titans is going to be now without Derrick Henry, with AJ Brown. Even though AJ Brown is stellar right now as a receiver, the distraction of having Henry in the backfield, you don't know what he's going to do, I think, kept AJ Brown open when he came back from injury. So that's just my take on it. So, and if Res Nation doesn't set his team, I'm going to kill him this week. So, anyways, that's just a side note. Not a God Chaser Sports Commission League, but nevertheless a Christian league. All right, so let's head right to the God Chaser Sports leagues. which out of the one, two, three, four, five, 6 leagues that I run, I got 3 wins. And we'll recap the final one that Brian is in. And then if you want to look at the other ones too, that's fine. So I lost this one. I'm 1-7, not doing too well. 16 league, 4 divisions. I'm 0-3 in my division. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be successful, but nevertheless, I'm active and I continue to try to make myself known in the league, but pretty silent right now. So 6-2 is my division leader. 7-1. Jim just lost to somebody. I forgot who. Jim was the division leader at one point. Lost to Dakota. Dakota's another divisional leader, and Aspire. This league is kind of up in the air. The Division 4, so you don't know who's going to win that one. Lemke and Berta, they're always most competitive. Berta won it last year overall, but it's going to be a tight race this year. We did similarly to Track Stars. We had 3 in each division. Now we have 4 in each division, so we got 16 teams. I don't like to do 20 teams because it thins it out a little too much and makes it difficult to compete. Um, so you usually have to add defensive players to make it balanced. All right, next week, game of the week. Let's see. Really, nobody is close on the scale. This is the closest matchup. Aspire and Matt, 4-4. I'm going to give that the game of the week because and Aspire are they're just on the thin line in their league in their divisions. Matt is in our division. Aspire's the division leader. So Matt, if he's successful, can knock out Aspire's lead. Um, Even though he's a division leader, they're all tied right now, 4-4 in that league. So, so that's the game of the week. Game of the week for the veterans. God Chaser Sports. All right, I lost. I don't need a reminder. Gridiron Assassins, 4th place, 6-2. He's doing well this year. I was doing well. I'm still a division leader though, even with 2 losses in a row. I'm a division. I still got the division title if it ends today. But there's Debo and Gridiron. They're neck and neck in the Central, and Terrible Titans stays undefeated, 8-0. And was that a division? No, it wasn't. But that made a statement to Debo that he's got to step it up. Bannerman had the blowout of the week, Mr. Ozzy, with 82 points. And that was the highest points of the week. So, congratulations on that one. Game of the week. Next, this is going to be, I don't know. I guess Debo versus Lockport. Both of them need wins to maintain status. Lockport definitely needs it in order to stay in the race. Playoff is top 8, so it's not going to hurt him too much. But if he wants to win a division, which I hope he doesn't, against me, he's got to win. So here we go. Back to championships here. Got another person watching. I don't know who you are, but if you want to join in StreamYard, you can just go join me now. And we can pull you up on the screen with me up above this little thing if you're interested. So, all right. So that was the Veterans League. Here's the God Chasers, big God Chasers football league. Yay. Confetti. All right. So that was a good win. And that was the blowout of the week against Consuming Fire. Of course, he's an inactive, you know, player. Yet I had the most points for the league this week. So no apologies. Let me just see. I hope this is not my Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry. No. Derrick Henry was not on my team. I had I'm just recap my team real quick. Sorry. I had Matt Stafford and James Conner. Lucky for me, I had James Conner because that's what put me over. 2 touchdowns. Who would have thunk it? I didn't have any other. I mean, Gainwell versus Connor. Connor to me was the no-brainer, even though they were closely related. And New Orleans, look at that. I should have started New Orleans. I would have had a big blowout. And Alukatun was highest in defense points. Look at that. So he had total 6 total tackles, assists, 10 tackles. So we got a big presence of you know defense in this league. Sorry about that. Just wanted to check out how it happened. Um, so in this league, I'm going against Wyoming next week. I think that's going to be a good matchup. We're both 5-3. My division rival Numbers lost 2 in a row. Thank you. Whoever beat them this week was Guns and Rosen. How about that? So that's amazing. Thank you for beating Numbers. Now I have a chance to stay. I don't think I have a chance. Look at Bannerman, Mr. Ozzy here. Bannerman, 64 over Scouts regime, but here it is, 713 points for this league is definitely the most points, and he's 8-0. I'm 3 games behind, but I'm on a winning streak. So you never know what's going to happen toward the tail end of this league. It's going to be interesting. So God Chasers Football League is actually the oldest league that we've created in the history. So Wyoming defeated old rival, former divisional rival, Ottawa, and God Family Pack his skid with NC, the former champion last year, um, coming up on top. Wow, 3-5. That's not easy to see. God Family Packers at 3-5. Yao beat Denny Leak and again Bannerman. So next week, let's see what we got. I'm gonna pick ours already. Top one is me and Wyoming win. We both got 5-3. We both are looking to be our division leaders, but obviously Wyoming has got the lead right now, and I still got ways to go for my league. Looks like Wyoming and Bannerman are taking them out in their league, their divisions titles already. But Ottawa is slim, and the Finns they're the ones you gotta watch them, but they're neck and neck with each other with Guns and Rosen. All right, so yep, I'm game of the week. I don't care what the others. I don't know. That's Bannerman versus Finns. That's a good game. All right, so I'm gonna pick that one as game of the week because they're both divisional leaders and they're both dependent on a win that can maintain that status. All right, good job for my team. And let's see, God Chasers. Okay, the Christian League. Here we go. Christian League. Ouch. I don't like when they pop up and just remind me how bad my team did that week. 6-2. Axe beat me. They're top of the league right now, and they're inactive. That's Bobby B. Bobby B used to be very active. I don't know what happened. Um, so there you go. That's what's happening. 6 losses in a row. I went from 2-0 to 0-6 in the last 6 games. Ay ay ay. So no hope for me. Axe, Redeemed for Life, the former champion, the defending champion. He's the one that's neck and neck with the inactive team. And how did he lose? He lost to the Jesuits, who was a long-time winner. It's coming back. Look at that. Jesuits 2 wins in a row, 5-3. So it's pretty close. 5-3, 6-2 is the top. It's anybody's game in the top 3 positions right now. So it's good. This is a good league to be in. Everybody's pretty much active. We got a couple inactives there. All right, so we got me against Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace, aka Chalmers, is always active, and I don't know if I'll be able to beat him. Projections are pretty bad. I think I have. No, I don't. I have Chris Godwin. He's the only one that kept me alive. So first one versus three. I think that's a good. Those two divisional leaders. That's game of the week. So Axe versus Smiley. It's going to be a good matchup because both of them depend on a win to stay number one because their division rivals are right behind them. All right. And Brian, if you're still there, we're almost there. We're almost at the Fudge Bowl, which is the league that you're in with me. Sprinkles. Uh, okay, is a win. It's a decent win, but the Finns fan had the biggest margin of win, biggest blowout. And the Steelers had their third straight loss because of me. I'm still 3-5 in this league, so there's nothing to brag about. I mean, the points are pretty decent, but I got to stay on top of my transactions to stay in this league. Look at this. Look at this. Chalmers is on top, salt of the earth. Chalmers, for those that don't know, is also in Fudge Bowl. You'll see him in the other league. Chalmers is number one in this league. Lemke, Raiders. Blah, 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 blah. Raiders continue their skid, 2 losses, and I'm coming up 2 wins as well as Lucky. So this division in the middle could change quite a bit. Um, I mean, we're evenly matched up too as far as points. 4. So no Chalmers with 339 points. Center of attention got its first loss. He was the only undefeated team until this week. And we'll see who that is in a second. But Finn's fan, once again, another good competitor. And this guy lost 2 in a row, Mr. Giamano. So it's going back and forth, this league. So you don't know who's going to win this one. This is going to be very interesting league to follow if you want to follow it. These are all public, by the way, all these leagues. All right, so my points are looking good against my division rival. It's not good enough to be a game of the week. Let's see. Number 1 versus number 3. I don't know. It's a close game of the week. That would be probably the only thing that would be a close game because it's a divisional game, and they're right behind each other, first and second in the division. So let's make that the game of the week. Salt of the Earth, Chalmers versus Lemke, number 3. All right, and here we go. Let's get to the Fudge Bowl, which I think I won once in my entire 7 years. Yay! I beat the Transformer, DJ Transformer. Transform. So here we go. Chalmers, joyful noise. Yeah, I'll beat blue shirts who are not active. Denny beat third day Waterwalker, Mr. Brian Colshaw won against the Finns fans who are very competitive but did underperform this week. And quote beating Joyful Noise. That's a big one. That's a big game. And I think that was game of the week last week. I don't know. But the blowout though came from Yao beating the blue shirts. And the points goes to quote though, 85 points this week. Could have beat just about anybody in the whole league. So here we go. This is what's happening. And if you want to join in, StreamYard right there. If you want to join me, bring you in. We'll talk if you got a minute or two. Go to the restroom if you're at work and talk in the bathroom. I don't care. Just kidding. Um, so my 2 wins in a row keeps me out of the basement completely for now. Third day, 3 games in a row. That is unlike Mr. Glenn. Glenn has always been in top ranking. If you see last 2 years in a row, third day was a contender. All right, so here's another one. I will trade Daryl Williams. He's my running back 4, and get Mike Davis, running back 4, and Myers. All right, so who? I'm sorry, the second take extra. I don't know who this guy is. What league you're in? But Daryl Williams, I think, is a good alternate running back, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, Brian Colshaw talking about the basketball. Um, big, bold, and blessed. Okay. Oh, the second take extra is PPR in one of the basketball leagues for God Chasers. So awesome. Or football leagues. I'm sorry. He's watching on YouTube. So um, yeah. So here's a Mike Davis. Mike Davis is a good option because it seems that he stepped it up. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what you think. All right, let's get back to let's see. You can join in on the call if you want, brother. Here we go. Game of the week for the Fudge Bowl. 7-8, nah. 10-9, nah. Quote versus Denny League. Interesting. Quote just had a stellar day. Let's just do the divisional leaders. Joyful Noise versus NC because they both had. Nope, they didn't last week. I'm sorry. NC lost. Hmm. This is a tough one. Should I go in the middle this time? It's because Brian's watching. Now I'm going to stick with Joyful Noise versus NC fan because, or Finns fan, because those are two divisional leaders that have people on their doorstep wanting to take over. Denny's on the streak, and Finns fan lost one. Joyful Noise lost one, and this is going to be a tight race right now. So it's going to be fun. So the interesting thing is the top 4 play each other. So maybe we'll just make it a double header. The winner will take all in their division pretty much. So, anyways, so guys, listen, you know, I'm excited to do this. I enjoy doing these recaps only because it just gives me a little outlet. But it's not necessarily supposed to be just me. I want it to be interactive. So we're gonna set up a time, it's place. Maybe a poll will set up. You can email me. You can drop a note. Do something. In the chat, whatever. You tell me what's a good time to do this interactively. I like to do the recap, maybe solo, just to get through it because we got a lot of sports, a lot of information, and some people want to see their information public and share it with their family and friends or brag it, against each other and trash talk or what have you. But I like to have a super chat maybe one time. Sundays might be the best, but we could do it anytime, and maybe a Saturday morning. You know, whatever you tell me. Um, keep it wide open. So once again, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and we have the Facebook group. All the links are right here. You can also friend me on my Facebook page. You have, the other links. And make sure you bookmark this site because it links everything. And up here we got a little menu. If you want to know more about, I think the about is the same as the homepage. Nope, I got a little bit more extensive about me. I don't know why. All right, the leagues. These are all the different kinds of leagues we have, and I don't even know what I put in them. Oh, okay, it's just the names of them, so you know what's what. And I didn't add any of the new leagues yet. We did have soccer and golf at one point, and auto racing, and I enjoyed it. So this right here is the playlist. If you go to vlogs, there's a link right here. All right, let me just open that up a little more. The vlogs right here link opens it up, and you can see the playlist from YouTube that I update usually right after I'm done with all that updates. All it is just I don't know why that's still on there. I don't think we need that page, but it's there. And then, again, there's all the contact information. So, anywho, uh, again, Monday night was an interesting game. You got any comments or trade ideas? Make sure you join the group if you want to. Oh, $460 on new tires. That's my little chat. All right, so I got the group, I got the page, I got the Twitter, I got the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. All right, subscribe to YouTube. I got 3 subscribers. Eventually, this is going to be a lot more robust of a YouTube channel once my schooling's done, and we'll see how that works out in the future. I do have a Christian league and hockey here too, by the way. So we'll recap this in as brief as possible. We'll just do end of week 4, end of week 3. Um, Bishop Roberts and Ontario Magic, top of their league, their divisions. Let's just make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, you can see me. I'm hungry in my stomach. My daughter comes off the bus around the stream and the stream about this time. So I'm gonna rush through this. There's the stats right now for God Chasers Hockey League West and then or East, and that's the West now. Here's what happened. I had a good matchup against Lemke. I don't know what's happened to Lemke lately. He's usually top of every league that he's in, but not in it this time. Ready. So I'm on top as well as the Sharks. So doing good. Thank you. Thank you for your support. God Chasers Hockey League International. I go by French Connection. And I'm on top against Will Bethlehem. But I'm second to Alberta or Berta Browns in one of the football leagues. And Black and Blue, the defending champ, is on top of the whole thing. Doing pretty good. Okay, Christian League hockey. I'm in third place overall, but second my division. Pred Heads, I think I beat them first week, and since then it's been a grudge match. Claremont Lightning on top. Lemke is in fourth place. So taken out nighttime last week. And we got Pagulaville Veterans, and then we got the God Chasers Jesus Freaks, where I lost last week. I'm in third last place. Not too good. Look at this division. 1 and 2s. That's all of us behind our division leader. Sasha Berkoff Cohen. Lemke's on top. There you go, 3-0. And so every division leader is 3-0 in this league. So pretty good matchups. A lot of high scoring options here. Yeah, I'm picking my nose. What are you going to do about it? So right now, 1 and 2 are going against each other. So that's going to be the determining factor of who loses their undefeated streak. And Yao could actually take out another defeated um, team. So Jesus Freak 2, God Chasers, Jesus Freak 2. Here you go. I'm sorry. That's the other league. 2-1 I'm in. I'm doing pretty well. Looks like I'm projected to win a lot of points this week. Took out the guy that was 2-0, so that helps me to stay in the race. But here you go, Lockport Lemke once again. He's 3-0 in this division, so he's doing not as good in hockey, doing very well. Not as good in football. I'm sorry, but he's doing very well in hockey. So must be the sport that he likes. He also likes baseball. I know that for a fact. All right, and finally, God Chasers Basketball Association. Here we go. The East, I'm doing pretty good so far this week against Yao. Not so good against the new expansion teams. So here's your leaders right now: Ozzy, Bishop Roberts, Dakota, and here I am in 12th place. Not doing too good. Knights Templar is the one that beat me last week. But the top three in our division is now this is a league that these teams, Division One, were all its own. We were only ones in the league. All of these teams, except for Debo, were not in this league last year. So these are all expansion franchises. So it's making it more interesting as to who's on top, which I'm happy with more competition. Okay, go to the West. And I'm doing well so far. I'm in second place. I defeated Andy. Yay, Andy Roberts is not typical losing. I mean, I beat him sometimes, often, but not all the time. It's like a back and forth with me and him. But him to be this low is not good. And you see his activity, you'll see he'll rebound, Mr. Roberts. Turkey's right behind me. It's a close division, 5 games, apart from second till 10th. And again, same concept in the West. We added new teams this year because we had some very inactive people. We bumped them out and expanded. And now we have a very active, very competitive league as opposed to the last couple years. Um, and see, I was a champion the last 2 years. And I stay on top. So I'm doing well. So looking forward to that championship. All right. Free for all. All right. So last week was tied. And this one is a couple expansion teams, more takeovers of inactives. But the inactives are in the bottom. And Sarah or Germano is on top. And PS 100 is on top of overall. Wyoming Win is in the running. And I'm still eligible for the playoffs. Overall, Q's beat uh, Space Jam last year. And Space Jam is not doing too well. So, but he's active, so it's a good thing. All right, free for all, and then Gospel of B-ball. All right, this team, I beat Chalmers. Chalmers is top of the whole league, but I beat him, so that's a good thing. Keeps me out of the basement completely. And let's see who else above. Okay, Chalmers doing pretty good in this league, and he's not doing anything, not moving. He just drafted well. That's the other option. Want to call her B-ball jam. There it is. This is the big, bold, bald, and blessed. This is the guy that was right there, Brian Culshaw. This is the guy that's in the league that is inactive, but yet he's 10-8. Hmm, interesting. I'm beating Rocks Brigade, who was the champion the last couple years, in a row, actually. And Big Bald and Blessed. It's been since 2013 since you won the championship. That's crazy. It's been so long. Uh, and I haven't won it yet. So in it last year, haven't won it. So, but you did win against the Saints, who's inactive. Not saying much. But you got a job. You know what I mean? You're working. All right. So, interesting scenario right now. You know, I'm top of. No, I'm not the top. I'm the second in the division behind Ozzy. And depending on what happens this week, between actually Big Bald, Bold, Blessed, he's not doing too well. So you need to get active, man. We can't let him win. I got to take over that division. Okay, and last but not least, I do have a crossover league. Let's see. I'm in second last place. Space Jam is on top there. Defending champ. That's two-time defending champ. Guyano, top of the league. So pretty competitive. It's pretty exciting. And of course, Lemke's not doing too well right now. Basketball is not his game, I guess. So number one versus number three. Finally, I got to do this. And then I got to run outside. So let's see. I'm undefeated, top of the division. This is like the Super League right now. Only one team is inactive, and we're doing pretty good. This is like competitors from all the different leagues over time. So we're excited about that. All right. So whoever the second person is that's tuning in, whatever platform, you could just type something in the comments, and I'll see you. I'll put you on there. Um, so hey, thank you for watching and tuning in. And that's the end of all this for now. But looks like I can go 3-0 in this league. Lockport and GFA, top of and Q's are all undefeated right now. And GFA and Q's in the same division will decide who's the league leader after this matchup. So that's going to be interesting. And where are we at? Lemke. NC Elite could take them down as well. So I might be one of the two undefeated teams left this week. All right. So thanks once again, everybody. Tune in. God Chasers football, God Chasers hockey, God Chasers basketball. And then we'll return in baseball in the spring. All right, everybody. God bless. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my trap. And yes, thank you, Brian, for the comment. Peace, Fudge. Fudge, my nickname, Sean Patrick Green, aka Fudge, here for the last 21 years doing fantasy sports in the God Chasers world. So we're excited about it. So, all right, Brian, we'll see you later, man. And we'll see everybody else tuning in. And we're gonna have fun when I'm done with this school, man, because the school is bogging me down. It's keeping me from being more creative, and we'll change all that soon. All right, keep it locked.